Started, fam. Drop some ones in the chat if you can hear me. If you can hear and see me clearly, drop some ones in the chat. 111. Erica Michelle, what's good? What's good? 111. Good, good, good. How's that audio? Is it good with the AirPod? You good? Just want to make sure everything good before I get started. Yo, welcome in. We about to get started, fam. So my name is Aundrae Black. I'm the owner and CEO of Members Only Worldwide. Right now we're doing these MZO takeovers, right? The purpose of these MZO takeovers is for all of us to get in alignment with mental health awareness. And I know we know at least one person right now and that's really going through it right now. So if we all could just take this time to send this live out to somebody in need who may need it, that would be greatly appreciated. Again, my name is Aundrae Black. I founded Members Only back in 2015. I would say I officially took it serious in 2016. With just a small group of people, you know what I mean? With just me, my homeboy Cam, my manager Amanda, and I had my homeboy Cheese at the time. So we was in alignment, just trying to push our agenda, push what we was trying to do on I want to say on a city scale. It wasn't until 2017, 2018, rest in peace to Helen Danita Webster, my grandmother, that I actually decided to start taking this a lot more serious, and doing things more for just myself and doing things more for the community. I'm also a veteran right now, so shout out to anybody that's a veteran, anybody that I may have served. Happy Memorial Day to all the veterans out there. This conversation today is going to be very much more free form, so excuse us if we do mess up, i.e. such as that. But we don't want to be so scripted today. We do want to just come with natural vibes. Lil Murph, what's good? What's good? Welcome in. Again, if you know anybody who may need mental health type of help or anything of the sort, this live today is exactly just for that, right? So today we have Monique from Team Mayo Rocks. She's coming through today and she's going to be sharing her story about her bipolar disorder, or the importance in just everything there is to really know about that. I couldn't find anybody as special enough to do this at such a high level. She's been operating in the community at such a high level since I met her back in 2017, I believe, 18. She's been definitely in the community making moves and supporting people. So I definitely want to do my part by supporting these people back, right? Sir, Fly Guy, what's good? Again, if you just joined this chat, please send this live out to anybody who may need it. We about to get started. So first and foremost, let me just share what we got going on today. If you didn't already know, we have her kids coming through the rock with us. Oh, I can move this out the way. All right, fam. So without further ado, I'm not really going to wrap you guys up too long. I do want to get straight into it because we do have an extensive meeting today, and I do have a lot of questions to ask because myself, I'm personally interested. So let me bring up Team Mayo.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hello, what's going on?
What's up, Dre?
Yo. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Hey, you guys, how you doing?
Yes.
Hey, man, y'all
Good.
already
How are you?
Yeah, we got a process started. Yeah. Go ahead. No, you guys go. Go ahead, Lily. I'll start painting. You guys go talk to Dre.
So who do we have on the camera today? I want to see.
Hi. Hello.
How you doing? What's your name? Can you tell everybody your name?
Your name?
My name's Lily. And my name's Liam.
Liam, I can't really see you guys. Can mommy pick the camera up a little bit so I can see you guys?
Yeah, we need to put like the.
Pardon. This is our first live, so pardon for the technical difficulties.
It's okay. It's okay. This is, like I said, I was letting everybody know beforehand, like this is going to be very like abstract.
I appreciate that. Okay, is that?
Yeah, this
Can
is
we?
perfect. This is perfect. So before we get into it, you guys, I just want to let everyone know that we do have kids that's live right now as well. So we want you guys to be the spokesperson for all the kids that's your age as well. You know what I mean? So let this be a time for you guys to just have this platform to speak on all the things that's important to you as well. Okay?
Okay.
Gotcha. So my first question is, again, we're gonna start from the top. What are you guys' names? Let everybody know like your name and your age.
My name's Lily.
Lily, okay. I'm sorry I didn't hear that one. Say it again.
And my age, I'm 11 years old. And I am 8.
Okay, so we have 11 and 8. Shouts out to you guys for being so confident to hop on live and do this with us. How long have you been, working with your mom with Team Mail?
Like years, like that's Earth. Yeah.
That's dope. Okay, so here are my questions for you guys. You ready?
Yes.
And we're gonna do ladies first, because got a gentleman, you know what I'm saying? Be a gentleman, okay? And then so we're gonna let her answer her question, and then you're gonna answer right after her, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Gotcha. All right, so my first question is, what are some of you guys' favorite activities?
My favorite. My favorite activity is probably playing soccer.
Soccer?
Soccer, yeah. My favorite activity is probably like just playing outside and like doing fun stuff. Yeah.
So you guys love to be outdoors.
Huh?
You like to be outdoors, like outside? That's
Yes.
dope. That's dope. That's dope. Okay. My next question is, um, what are some of the things you can do as, 11 and 8-year old, you know, what do you guys do to help you feel better when you're
Help
sad?
the affirmation.
You say affirmations?
Yeah, we have an affirmation that helps us feel more confident and
That's
we're gonna
dope.
wait, hold on. Do you want to hear it?
Yes, please.
I am beautiful. I am loved. I'm free. I don't feel like them. I just need. I'm beautiful. I am loved. I'm safe. I don't feel like them. I just.
That's so dope. Clap it up, man. Clap it up. You gotta get some claps. You gotta get some claps, man. So you are beautiful, you are loved.
Yes.
When you say those things, how does it make you feel?
It makes me feel like it actually like I feel like all of those things. I feel confident.
Very confident. That's dope. That's dope. Okay. So my next question is, how is it being with mommy sometimes? Because I know she can have her up days and maybe her down days. So how is it, being with mommy sometimes?
It's an adventure for sure. We do
Okay.
a lot of fun stuff, and like we travel like a lot. Yeah.
Mm. So you guys are outdoors for the most part.
Yes. Most
That's
definite.
that's good though. That's really good. There's a lot of kids these days that stay in the house. So when I grew up and I was a little kid, I was always outside. I was always riding my bike. I was always playing with the kids in the neighborhood. So it's good to know that mommy is definitely keeping you in, the environment and outside.
Yeah.
That's dope. Okay. Do you understand what mommy struggles with?
Yes.
Can you let
I
everyone know?
Yeah, we know what she struggles with. Yeah. Like sometimes we don't, but like most of the time we. Yeah, sometimes it's just um but just
So this is tough for them to talk about, just like it's tough for
It's
me to talk.
okay. It's okay. No, no, it's fine. It's fine. Like, this is not something that, we have to be shy about. This is not something that we have to try to stray away from, because how we actually create breakthrough is by talking about these things, especially within our community. You know what I mean? So let's first reground ourselves and understand that this is a safe place. We are safe here.
yeah.
Right, exactly.
Okay?
But one
Yeah.
thing I do with depression with bipolar disorder is real. So they often know that I'm, sometimes I am just sad or I'm just out of it because, I'm feeling a low. And they get that. And I appreciate them so much because they understand, it's my duty to teach them. And I've taught them about my disorder and they're extremely helpful. And sometimes it's tough for them to explain like what I'm dealing with, but they understand and they take action in regards to helping me. So I
That's
love them.
dope. Since you said that, I would love to ask the question, Mo, if you would come back. How do
Okay.
you go about go about communicating certain things? Because I understand like we can't really expose too much, but we have to give them some form of awareness.
Okay. So hold on, because we got this whole paint challenge going on. You guys go ahead. Okay. Go ahead and get these colors on there while I continue. All right.
Okay.
And here, drink some water. Good job.
Stay hydrated.
All right. You said you got some questions for me, and you
Yeah, I
said
got some
how.
questions.
Go ahead.
Now, okay, so the first question, first and foremost, how you doing?
I'm good. It's been a good and productive day. Thank you very much.
Let's go. I
Happy.
see you outside, you know. You said happy Memorial Day?
Yes, I did.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But nah, I would have never thought I'd be doing this on Memorial Day, but why not? You know what I mean?
Right.
So the question that I was trying to ask you first and foremost was, how do you go about communicating certain things about, what's going on without exposing too much?
Well, kind of just put things on an elementary level. As
Hmm.
adults, we have a tendency to use big words when it's not necessary. You know,
Hmm.
expressions is not as tough as we make it out to be. Um, so I kind of just help them by making it relatable to them at their age. So once they're able to relate to it and can understand, I believe that's when they're able to learn.
Okay. All right. So you ready for these questions?
Well, let me get my seat proper.
Right, right, right. Because we got some questions,
All
man.
right.
I feel like this is now. Don't get me wrong. Like, all of our lives has been wonderful. They've been very informative, but um, this one is more like it touched home a little bit. You know what I mean? Even for me, because me personally, I was diagnosed with PTSD in 2020. So that can come with, I guess, its form of bipolar sometimes. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
this is why this kind of hits a lot for me sometimes. You know what I mean? So my first question is, how would you define self-confidence?
Define self confidence.
Hmm.
Self awareness is self confidence. Like, as long as you have awareness of yourself and you're able to walk around knowing yourself and knowing your actions and how to handle situations, to me, that is what makes you confident. So, self awareness is everything.
That's dope. I like that answer too. Okay. Next question is, excuse me. Has there ever been a period or a time when you were not your usual self? Like,
When
and like, okay, let me put it like this. Has there ever been a time where you wasn't your usual self and it kind of affected your everyday life?
Oh, of course. I mean, being suffering from bipolar disorder, you go through highs and lows.
Mm,
So, with that said, you are you on a regular basis, but going through a high and low, you have your different characteristics that come with both. So, with bipolar disorder, sometimes highs are very extremely irritable, you know. So, you have your different characteristics. As far as its lows, it's just very sad, very lack of motivation. So just finding that balance and trying to maintain that regular balance on a day-to-day basis is what I strive to do personally to assure that, my highs and lows don't dip and rise to the extreme as they can.
right. Because I know sometimes the lows can be a problem, but sometimes being too high can be a problem too. So how can you give me an example of like how being too much in high energy has affected you?
Well, being high energy takes energy. You know?
Mm,
And if you are feeling like you are in a high energy mood, but let's say you haven't well, or you haven't been taking physically what you need for your body to function properly. When you that high moment, you're going to experience that high, but you're going to drop low, very low, and it could be sickening because you weren't practicing self-care and eating well and managing your physical health as well.
mm.
So
Is there like a day thing? Is it a range? Could it be like minutes, hours, days of like you being
I
high and then low?
I would say no, because a low can, or a high can it can go into the next day depending on how you care for yourself. So, and then also, like I said, self awareness. You have to be aware of um, your own cycles as far as when you experience depression and when you experience manic. I know for me, usually my manic is during springtime. That's when I have
Mm,
my, you know, and, is when I experience like my depression. So knowing this helps so that I can prepare, get my physical body up to par. Um, so that way I don't experience a major dip or rise in my emotion. So
that's
yeah,
real.
bipolar disorder is a mood disorder. So it's disorder. So as long as you keep your emotions in check, because you are you have the power. You are the sole person that controls you. So as long as you are able to stay aware of yourself, manage the things in your life, bipolar disorder is something that not necessarily will go away, but it can be managed.
That's a good one. All right. Has there ever been a time where you were so irritable that you shouted at people or started fights or arguments?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, my kids.
All right. Tell me
Not
about it.
even gonna. I'm not gonna front. I mean, it's a disorder, and that's the most imperative reason why I educate my children, because there will
Mm,
be times where and I want them to be understood. I want them to feel like what I'm doing is because of them. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it happens.
are you on your phone?
Huh? What'd you say?
Are you on your phone?
Yes.
Make sure it's lifted up from the bottom so we can hear every word that come out. I just want to make sure people can actually hear you. You know what I mean?
Yes. Is that better?
Yeah, it's getting better.
Beautiful.
So my next question is, how much sleep do you normally need to have a good day? Because we know that can range.
Yes. So that also depends on the cycle. During my
Okay.
age, I need 5 hours.
Mm.
Um, Definitely be like a solid 8.
So
So
like
it
eight
all is
hours, but 5 would be like your minimum.
right. But with depression,
Okay.
you do want to make sure you don't oversleep. Oversleep is something that if you do, like it can just brings the cycle even further down. Because you
Mm,
have to push yourself when you're in a depressive mode to keep yourself motivated. So I put a cap at 8 because I know if I go beyond that, it can put a make my depression a bit worse.
I understand. And I definitely understand that a lot because sometimes I'm ever since the military, I can't sleep longer than even a certain amount of hours. So when I do sleep past a certain amount of hours, it's kind of like I can feel myself becoming more depressed.
Right. And it's physical and mental. So
Hmm.
the taking care of our physical is as important as taking care of our mental. Actually, taking care of our physical will have make you have a better mental. So
Hmm.
even just practicing routines on a regular basis, making sure you eat every day at the same time, your body needs like that routine for it to function properly. Because when you go a certain amount of hours later, your body is going through like a starvation type situation, and that affects your brain, that affects your emotions. That's why we get hangry.
Hmm.
So
Right.
it's all tied.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was saying it's all tied.
Um,
That's it.
Come on, man. Nah, so what I was really going to ask you though was, okay, if that's the case, what are like some activities you can do or that you do to help raise your vibration?
Oh, definitely painting.
Mhm.
Painting is meditation. It also helps me practice technique. Um, and then afterwards, I have something pretty to look at.
That's
So, and then also with rocking, I paint rocks and I rock out simply because it helps me with a lot. Dropping rocks helps me with separation anxiety. Sometimes I do paint rocks that I like adore, and it takes me some time to drop because I go through that separation anxiety. So with rocking, rocking has helped me significantly just, on that subject alone, along with seeking for rocks, and that's awareness. So there's a few techniques within the rocking, T-Mayo rocks that helps with mental health disorders and just working through your coping skills and figuring out like what do I need to overcome? Because there's been days where even
Mhm.
I've been so depressed that I can't paint, and it's really as simple as just putting a drop of paint on the canvas, and I can't even do that some days. So I know when I'm struggling to paint, that's when I'm really going through a depression.
That's real. That's real. So what made you get into rocking?
Rocking, I mean, I love it with my kids. We get to travel and do it. We get to paint. Like, here we go, we bring our rock packs and we rock. So,
That's dope. A
and
lot of people don't even know about that.
yeah, we've rocked many places. We've rocked St. Thomas. We've rocked, we study rock in Orlando. Everywhere in Orlando we go, we rock. Where else? We're trying to get to St. Lucia soon to rock, and then somewhere up north, hopefully New York, to rock soon.
That's fire. Do you already have the locations for New York?
Yeah, my hometown, Mount Vernon, of course.
Oh, shout out to the New York people. You feel me?
Yeah.
Nah, for real. Okay, bet. So next question is, let's see. Let me give you a good one, a good one. Are you a talkative person or are you more closed off?
And see both. So during my
Mm.
highs, I'm very talkative. During my depressions, I'm very closed off.
So it ranges upon
I'm sorry, I didn't
like
hear
so like it ranges between how you're feeling at that day.
exactly.
If you feel okay, got you, got you. Um, my next one is: would you say you're much more social, and outgoing than usual, or is it more like, or is that dependent upon highs and lows as well?
Right. It definitely depends on highs and lows. Also, trust factor and
Mm,
comfortability. Around my family, I'm me. They don't see me as a person with bipolar disorder. They just see me as family. So I'm able to
mm,
be myself without having to second guess what I'm really expressing. You know what I mean? And they
right.
understand. So just being out in the world sometimes is a struggle, just because I know I have like certain triggers and certain ways I can react to certain things that just doesn't seem, typical. So definitely, it would, yeah, I do have those times.
That's true. Okay. Um, what do you think can cause symptoms?
What do I think I call who?
What do you think can cause a symptom to happen, or like your triggers?
Lack of self
Is
awareness.
it that's a good one.
Yeah, when you don't know how to react in a situation, when you don't know how you would react in a situation, that is where I feel like things just go haywire.
Mm,
When you haven't thought about your reaction, in a situation, and there are situations that arise that you don't have time to, figure out or react to, but knowing yourself and knowing how you carry yourself and who you are as a person, ultimately you will know how to react. So
mm.
self-awareness is that.
Self-awareness, that's a good one. That was a good answer, honestly. All right, so my next question is, let's just say I have bipolar disorder, right? Who can I contact if I have a crisis?
Let's say you have bipolar disorder, and
Hmm. Who can I contact if I have a crisis or if I'm going through some symptoms?
I would definitely contact NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness.
Okay.
They have a ton of programs,
Let me
ton
see
of,
if I can add that in the bottom.
huh?
So how do you know the Instagram so we can drop it in the chat below?
NAMI,
Hmm.
NAMI,
Hmm.
the
Spell
National
it for me one. Spell it for
National
me one more time. Yeah, I
Alliance
got you.
on Mental Illness, NAMI.
Got it. Had to
And you
drop it down low for people.
page, I post for NAMI on a regular basis. So if you want to follow me and get some more information, it is there on my page, Team Mayo Mom, whenever you guys are ready.
That's real. Thank you for that too. Um, are there any other support organizations in the local area
I would definitely
other than
see
team, other than
it
yours? Because we definitely support.
right now, NAMI. And then just contacting a psychologist, a local psychologist, or a counselor, depending on what your needs are and what you need to discuss. If you do feel comfortable in the group settings, they have group meets on a regular basis as well. If you need a personal, someone to talk to personally, definitely reach out to a psychologist in your area for sure.
Okay. Next question is, hopefully these are not too many questions. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do want to I feel like this is good, like I really want to know. My next question is, uh, how do you slow down the thoughts that race through your head? Like, there's sometimes where we got a lot of thoughts that just keep running. How do we slow that down?
It's a literal process, I believe. Like, you literally have to tell yourself to stop. You literally have to stop yourself and change your direction. So when you see yourself going down a path that's not safe for you, or you see, you know, bad things happening, continue to happen, you definitely need to stop and change your direction, literally.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes for your thoughts as well. When you continue to think, there's a person by the name of Brene Brown.
Mm-hmm.
She's an amazing speaker. And she says, like, when you are going through anxiety and you have these feelings where just things are terrible, that is the time to literally stop and speak about being grateful. So that right there, just affirming that you are grateful, will take that will take that away, you know. And but you have to put it into practice. Like, you have to speak these words. You have to affirm these words for them to, for your mental and even your, like, for your physical, to change directions and to move into a more positive direction.
Right. Thank you for that too. Okay. Next question would be, are you easily distracted by things?
Manic, yes. In mania, yes. Mania is like, mania is tough. I believe that I do better dealing with my depression than I do with my mania, with mania.
Mm.
Because mania is just like, it's such a high, and it can be enjoyable when you're around certain people. But when you're around people that don't really understand and they are driven by stigmas, it's not simple. So, yeah.
So you talked about mania. Can you like go more in depth with that? Because that's the first time I've actually heard that.
Oh, yes. Okay. So bipolar disorder is a mood disorder,
Mm.
and it's a fluctuation of moods, and you dip high and low.
Mm.
So mania is your high, depression is your low. And mania is just basically, it's a high. It's just an experience of high energy, high thoughts, high everything. Like, you think a lot, you're able to do a lot, you're very productive, you know. So just being able to find the balance and not overexert yourself is, to me, the struggle for me, because I do enjoy, you know, being able to do the most, especially having kids. You know, mania comes in handy. So just being able to find that balance, you know,
Dang, that's
that
dope. Killing this, yo. For real. Really killing this. You helping me too, by the way. So I appreciate it.
good.
Um, okay, my next one is, how active are you, like on a day-to-day basis?
Active as far as,
In general, just activities, whether if it's like work, working out, prospecting, whatever.
okay, so I do need to work out. So that,
that's that's real now. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it.
but I'm outside often. So if I'm not
Mm,
working, I at least stretch. Stretching is a daily part of my routine. Think you know, working out is a bit much for me because of other pre-existing health conditions. So I definitely do stretch. I walk, but I do spend a lot of time outside,
mm.
just there. And to me, that, I mean, that's active, right?
Nah, it is. It is. It definitely is. How does like bipolar affect your work environment?
Ooh, it's a struggle. It's a bit of a struggle sometimes. And if you have um, management or companies that really don't mind being stigmatic, it's very difficult. But when you have companies that are pro mental health, it's beautiful. But for those
Mm,
companies that are not, it's a struggle.
understood. Understood. Okay, got a good one for you. Uh, how has or how can bipolar disorder affect your love life?
We talking about that? I don't think we should talk about that today.
I mean, people want to know.
Now let's get
People
that
want
question.
to.
Not today. Not
Not
today.
that one. Okay, we're not gonna do that one. Okay, all right. Next question.
Appreciate it.
Who or what has helped you stay on track?
Definitely my children,
Mm,
for sure. They, without them even doing anything, they've opened my eyes to myself. They've brought so much awareness to me. Go ahead, y'all doing great. They brought so much awareness to self-awareness to me.
mm.
So definitely them, and they keep me on point. I mean, Lily here, she's a little boss. She's a little boss,
I can
and
see.
I do not, because of what I struggle with. I do not have problems with them expressing themselves with me. So
Mm,
if they feel I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Okay? If you feel, like I hurt your feelings, tell me I hurt your feelings type thing. So, and with that expression, they've shown me a lot. Like with them being able to do that, they've shown me a lot about myself.
mm.
I've worked on over the years, so, and they continue to show me things. So they are my number one. Well, both of them are my number one.
Good answer. Good answer. Okay, my next question is, what are some things you've done in the past that may have got you in trouble, while trying to manage the bipolar? Because like for example, like we be out in the community a lot, and sometimes that's when we really have to manage that. So
Right.
can you tell us some times where you probably got in trouble while trying to manage something?
I mean, it's not necessarily trouble, but just like bad kickback in regards to
Mm,
things that, my beliefs in certain things. People sometimes don't like to hear the truth. And being an advocate, I do speak the truth in regards to mental health. And some people don't like to hear that. They will ask you a question. They'll ask me a question. I'll give them my heart honest advice, and
mm.
not received um, well in regards. But I understand that, because there are so many stigmas out here that we are fighting that we just don't have awareness of. Like certain words that we even say on a day-to-day basis is considered stigma. Just how we identify individuals or things are stigmatic, and we don't even notice. And that's why it takes education for us to do better within our mental health, for society and for ourselves.
I'm killing it. I appreciate that. That was a good answer. All right. Hmm. How has bipolar like affected like the family dynamic? Now I know you spoke on it recently a little bit, and you were saying like they don't really look at you as Monique with bipolar, but how has it affected the family?
Well, bipolar disorder is considered hereditary.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of mental health disorders are considered, I think it's most mental health disorders are considered hereditary. Um, I do believe a good amount of the traumas that we've experienced in our lives growing up and whatnot, you know, um, and just experiencing life, just living life as we culturally do with our families. We are raised to just be as our families are. So, with that said, as you grow older and you see and you're entering into the world, you see things are being done differently, and bringing that home and questioning certain things, can start a riot sometimes. So depending on what your family dynamic is in regards to the standpoint of your mental health, and their mental health as well. So we have many families who just ignore mental health and as if it doesn't exist, and
Right.
those are the families that have the most work to do, for sure.
Hmm. So does it make you want to like not be around them as much, or do you still like try to push through that struggle barrier?
I definitely try to push through it because number one, they are my family. Um, if I'm going to help anyone in this community, first and foremost, it's going to be mine. Because how am I going to expect others to change, and I'm not holding my own family accountable to make change in this world? So,
Amen.
yeah.
Amen right there. And my next question was, do you have any blood relatives that also have bipolar disorder?
Not bipolar disorder, no, but they do suffer from other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So coming down to my last five questions. So
Five?
shouts out to you. My last five questions. You know what I'm saying? Some of these are two-part questions though. You know what I mean? All right. So this next one is, has a health professional ever told you that you have manic depressive illness or bipolar disorder? And if so, how did it make you feel?
I mean, I denied it, of course. I didn't understand it. So, of course, I denied it. It really took me about 2 years to accept it.
Mm,
I had to be aware of the qualities and see myself go through these qualities before I acknowledged it within myself. So
mm,
at first I was just like, ain't no way.
that's right.
But as I grew older, wiser, gained more knowledge, I accepted it. And yeah, I'm just working on finding that balance, because that's all it is. Bipolar disorder is literally just a mood disorder. If you can maintain a balance in your life, you will be just fine.
Fire today. Okay. Next question. What type of treatment is offered and how can this affect your everyday living?
What kind of treatment is offered?
Mhm.
So you do have medication, and depending on the severity of your disorder, it may be necessary. I do not prefer to take medication because I have children, and but some individuals could need it. It's definitely necessary for you to go see a doctor for them to tell you. If not, there are herbal um, things that can help you, but it does take a lot of other things for you to do physically, like following a routine and making sure you keep things stable around in your life. So there are a few techniques that you can use on a day-to-day basis, and then also just like on a seeing a psychologist or someone to talk to maybe once a month.
So basically like therapy and stuff like that. Have you ever heard of well not really heard, but have you ever, I don't know if, can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Can you hear me? Want to make sure she can hear me before I ask. All right, let's try to get back in here. 1 second, fam. Thank you guys for joining us. We're coming down to our last four questions, and then we're going to be hopping off. We are raising money for Mental Health America. If anybody would want to donate, our goal right now is $100. Excuse me. We're $20 away from our goal, which is amazing. And then after that, we're shipping it off to them in hopes that this money can help somebody else in need. So shouts out to everyone who has donated since. I think maybe something going on with the phone. All right, so I don't know what's going on, but I guess I'm gonna have to cut this short. I thank you guys for coming through today. We spoke on mental health awareness and bipolar disorder. I hope everyone got a lot of information about bipolar disorder. Me myself, I was diagnosed with PTSD in 2020. So I can't really say that it is bipolar disorder, but how they describe it can be very mood shifting. So I feel like this one definitely hit home for me, and it was great to actually reach out to a lifelong friend of mine, Monique. She's been in the community for a while, speaking on bipolar disorder, like actively. Some of the times, basically all the time, always stepping up and putting her story forefront. You know what I mean? Like she's not hiding it at all. So it's definitely great to see a woman, especially a black woman at that, that can come and just speak on this and allow her kids to actually be involved and aware of what's going on as well. So again, thank you guys for popping out. My name is Aundrae Black. I am the CEO and founder of Members Only Worldwide. We have one more of these later on today. I have Priestess Speaks coming through. Also a great friend of mine. She's an artist as well. Amazing female artist at that. Like amazing, lyrical, crazy. Um, but she's going to be coming through talking about light and dark spectrums and high and low frequencies. So this is going to be amazing. Make sure you guys tap in with us later on. Uh, I'll be going live on the East Coast at 9 p.m. On the West Coast, I should be going live at 6 p.m. I'll see you guys later. And again, if anybody needs these, please send them our way so we can get them some help. Real talk. Love, fam. Be easy.